Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. So today I actually didn't want to make a TELCOIN update, but one of you guys in the comment section of the previous TELCOIN video asked for an update, and I was like, well, you know what? Okay, I'm just gonna do an update now, and then in another video I'm going to talk about the recent positive news that we got around TELCOIN, and I'm going to tell you why the future for TL is actually quite bright. So with that in mind, this video is only going to be about the technical analysis side of stuff, and I think we are overall looking bullish, but what's going to happen in the short term can be just a little bit up for debate. Now, if you remember, the last time that we talked about TL, we were somewhere around, I think, these areas, and the idea was that, well, okay, this initial move on the downside in Telcoin from the highs to about the lows looks a lot like just a three-wave movement, potentially an ABC zigzag, and that, my friends, was why we considered the possibility of having a WXY overall in form of a double zigzag structure. Now, before I deliver some sort of maybe not necessarily optimistic news, let me cheer you up a little bit. You see, Elliott Wave wise, if you want to be bullish on any chart from any market, doesn't really matter. And for example, you want to consider having our final low around this region. Okay, fair enough. Off of the lowest low, then you have to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. This specific scenario is called an impulse. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between our wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave, our wave 3 should not be the smallest wave. And in terms of the sub waves, you know it, we're gonna have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Excuse my drawings, I'm actually in a bit of a hurry. I'm going to go somewhere in about 10 minutes. And for our corrections for wave 2 and 4, we're gonna have ABC for 4 and maybe like a WXY into wave 2. Now, it's very important to note, after completing this 5 wave up, right in here is actually not going to be a buy opportunity. Why? Because even according to the most bullish case, after completing an impulse, what are we going to have? You know what? A bit of a pullback down, and this is going to be actually a relatively deep move on the downside. So this whole phase, when in it, on net, the price is not really going to go anywhere, is going to probably go on your nerve a little bit, and it is going to be annoying. But if you want to have some strong moves on the upside, this is your requirement. Why? Because at that point, at the end of our move on the downside, you are allowed to consider on a higher degree 5 up into 1 correction for wave 2, and then you can expect a magnificent move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. And you should know that Elliott's wave wise, we are arguing that wave 3, in most cases, definitely not all of them, there is no certainty in any market at any given moment. We're just talking about the probabilities, but in most cases, wave 3 is actually a rather strong and sharp move on the upside. Having said all that, let's go on Telcoin's chart and see what is going on. Here is why I'm actually overall very optimistic, and I think any kind of move down is probably going to be a better buy opportunity for us. You see, what do you have from this point to about the highs? I don't really think that like there's any point denying the fact that this screams like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, followed by that probably and hopefully a WXY in form of a double zigzag. And is this thing a deep correction on the downside or not? Let's just get help from Fibonacci's in order to make my point. As you can see, so far we have retraced to about, let's say, the 61.8%. We did go a bit lower, but we haven't reached to about the 78% yet. So I'm gonna argue this. Yes, absolutely, this is actually a deep move down, and on a higher degree, I'm really hoping that in Telcoin we are having 5 up into 1 correction for 2, and then we can expect great move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. Having said this though, in the short term, I think maybe we need to expect like one more teeny tiny small move on the downside. Why is that? You see, we did get this move on the downside, and I'm definitely able to argue this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, no problem at all. Followed by that, in my view, this can be a correction up, maybe in form of like an A, followed by a flat into wave B and another sharp move on the upside into our C leg, into, on a higher degree, this wave B right in here. And if this is the case, then okay, what should we have next? Maybe another like, excuse me, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into wave C in order to get to about this important level between, let's say, 0.31 to about 0.33 of a cent, basically something like a 15% move on the downside. And then I'm gonna be like extremely bullish in TELCOIN, since I think there's actually a good chance that we're gonna get a massive bounce from this important level and start the next magnificent phase on the upside. And just how strong that phase is going to be can definitely be up for debate, but I can tell you this with a decent bit of confidence. I think if we're going to get another move up in TELCOIN, which I do think we are going to get it most likely, it's going to be definitely much more stronger than this one. And this move right in here, if I just measure it from the lows to about the highs, this was about a 180% move on the upside in just a couple of days. So the next move, I think we can easily argue it's going to be something like a 3, 4, even if you're lucky, like 5, 600% move on the upside. I think that might be actually quite realistic. So overall, in TELCOIN, again, as you can see, I'm extremely bullish, but in the short term, maybe we're gonna have another small move on the downside. Now, any analyst at any given moment should be able to come up with a bullish and also a bearish count at the same time in order to remain 100% objective. And so far, at least in the short term, we talked a bit bearish and we said maybe we're gonna have a move down. So the question is, what if I'm wrong, and what's gonna be a potential bullish scenario in here? Well, if you insist on being bullish in TELCOIN and you want to argue from the current point right here, right now, we're going to get a move up, then okay, I guess your best shot at finding an optimistic scenario is going to be maybe a series of 1-2s. You can argue, excuse me, let's just take this one, okay? That this is 5 up into 1, this is correction down for wave 2, and then you have to have from the current point a good move up into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree, it's going to be into this wave 3 correction for another move on the upside into wave 5. Now, here's a very important point, and I'm actually telling you this because the invalidation point is quite close. You see, in TELCOIN, if we end up having maybe another move down from the current point, and in that phase, we end up taking this important low right in here about, let's say, 0.373 of a cent. At that point, I don't really think that you are able to identify some sort of an impulse, or let's say generally like a bullish structure in here. And even if you are, the shape of that scenario is going to look so odd to a degree that it really shouldn't be your base case. Meaning what? The moments that we take this low, our bearish scenario in the short term is confirmed, and you can expect something like another 10% move on the downside in order to get to this level and then have a very strong bounce back. And I want to be very clear, if we end up having this move down in TELCOIN, then okay, I'm probably going to take advantage of the opportunity and go long quite a bit right around this area, because I do think the risk to reward ratios at that point are going to make perfect sense. I think I'm going to have a risk to reward ratio of about bare minimum 1 to 10, which is absolutely 100% amazing. Now, as my final point, let's check out some indicators and see what is. No, let's actually not check out indicators. Let's talk about this important support a little bit, and why do I think we may have like one more move on the downside. You see, the main reason I think comes down to this. Right now, at least, I'm not necessarily able to find a whole lot of strong supports in this area, and the next important, I would say, significant region is actually like just a little bit lower in here. So because of that, I'm going to argue maybe in TELCOIN we're going to get a move down. Does that mean that we have to get one? Absolutely not. I have seen like many examples where in them we didn't actually get our last move on the downside, and instead from here we got our move up, and that's really it. I have to see a very strong bounce in TELCOIN first in order to maybe get to about these areas and potentially take this important high in order for me to talk bullish in like very short term with a little bit more confidence. As long as I'm not saying that, I'm just going to be a bit more patient and see what is going to happen in this area. And do not get me wrong, again, one way or the other, no matter what's happening in the short term, overall I'm bullish in TL, and I do think this is 5 up, this is correction down, and next you should probably expect another great move on the upside. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in TELCOIN's chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.